I have also changed the grocery budget, and we've had food, but not what everyone wants to eat. The children and everyone are unhappy with the food choices at the house.
Is anyone going hungry?
No.
Has anyone lost weight?
I do not know that answer.
Has anyone been malnourished?
No.
So you've adjusted your grocery spending and your account is not going negative.
It did not go negative because I prevented it from doing that.
Have you cut out any extra supplements, protein powders, any sort of items that are not a necessity?
Those are necessary items in my diet. I do not eat junk food. I eat protein powder shakes for my breakfast. I eat protein bars. I eat healthy food.
And you're able to do that while maintaining the decreased budget where not everyone is happy.
Yes.
Do you feel that there's a need for an additional $1,000 to be put into that account?
No, I don't. Supplements to me are not a necessity. I eat the same food that the kids eat. To me, that is the kind of thing that's a choice that you make. I mean, I choose to eat the same food as the kids. At this point in time, if I chose to, I guess I could start supplementing my diet with that type of stuff as well. And that would then become a necessity for me. And I don't, but I mean, I'm just being facetious. I do not believe that.
How would you like to begin?
I would call my client. Can you state your name for the record?
Samantha Greenwood.
And can you just briefly explain how you guys have been paying marital bills while this has been pending?
Currently, most of the bills are paid out of our joint checking account. We both put some funds into that account.
What is the total of the bills that are paid out of the joint account?
$6,089.
How much are you currently putting in?
I am currently putting in $450 per week.
And how much is your husband putting in?
He is currently putting in $1,600 every 2 weeks.
Is that covering the bills that are due every month?
It is not always covering all of the bills every month. Sometimes we are short, and in order to not overdraft, I will put my contribution in early, or I will change the grocery budget and shopping and try to make food from what we have in the house to reduce the weekly grocery budget to avoid a gap.
And just doing the basic math on what you and your husband are contributing, that is less than the $6,000 total that you have.
Correct.
Are you asking the court to order the total contribution match, what you guys are actually incurring?
Yes, I think that would be wise.
Are you currently employed?
I am. I work at Johnson Controls in South Bend, Indiana. I am a dispatcher. My role is called a CRC.
And is this your only job?
It is my full-time job. I am a licensed real estate agent, but I no longer am selling real estate.
What are those additional side jobs you're being accused of having?
OnlyFans and income through social media.
Do you currently receive any income through OnlyFans?
I have not been actively receiving any income in OnlyFans since I believe April of 24, but I never received enough income on that account for it to have ever been taxable. I've never received a 1099 from any other source.
And are you receiving any income from, or I guess during the year of 2024 or during the year of 2025? Have you received any income from social media?
I think I received a few payouts from TikTok, but they were less than $100.
During what period of time?
I think it was the 2024. I'd have to look at the date. I don't recall off of the screenshot.
But did you receive a 1099 for 2024?
I have no other 1099s.
So you have no other 1099s other than your real estate income?
Correct.
And without getting into detail, do you believe that your husband makes more money than you do?
Yes.
Have we reviewed certain income information of your husband's?
Yes.
Have we computed your income share as being about 30% of the household income?
That is correct.
Are you requesting that the court issue orders that your contribution to the joint bills be capped at 30%?
Yes, I am.
And what vehicle do you currently drive?
I drive the 2022 Jeep Wagoneer.
How about your husband?
He drives a Chevy Silverado. I think the year is 2018.
You've testified that it's your belief he makes significantly more than you.
Yes, I do.
Is that the basis for your request?
That is the basis.
Have you struggled to pay bills to my office?
It has been very difficult to keep up with the lawyer fees, yes.
And are you asking that that sum be paid to me within how many days?
I would like that paid to you within 10 days.
I have no further questions.
Counsel.
Thank you. You list doctor visits coming in at approximately $400 per month.
Yes, it's doctor visits, dentist, eye vision, dental included, all of those visits, therapy, prescriptions, co-pays. I put it all together.
Do you know how much was spent on school lunches in January?
I don't know January, but I believe in February that there was $400. When the account gets below $10, the account re-ups $100 and they charge a fee. It's $103.25.
And the children are able to spend as much as they want for
No.
their school lunches.
I have called the school because Greg and Lacey have been known to over purchase and over buy things for other children, second lunches, treats that are offered. I have their account locked to only allow purchasing breakfast or lunch. I cannot strike breakfast from that. Occasionally they do buy breakfast and then we both correct them and tell them that they're not permitted to buy breakfast at school, that they may only buy lunch.
So as you said, the $6,089 figure that you have fluctuates.
It can fluctuate, yes.
That he's depositing $1,600 every 2 weeks.
That is correct.
So he's depositing $3,200 every month, correct?
That's incorrect. It's $1,600 every 2 weeks, but not every month has an equal amount of our weeks.
And how much are you depositing per week?
I put in $450 per week.
Has that been consistent?
It is consistent unless I have to cover other bills that are not there that he has agreed that I can put in less for.
So if there are 4 weeks in a month, he's depositing approximately $3,200, correct?
Correct?
And you're depositing approximately $1,800, correct?
Correct?
And so you're depositing $5,000.
Correct?
And you said that at times the account has gone negative, correct?
No, I said that it is going to go negative, and in order to prevent that, I have transferred. For example, if I'm supposed to put my $450 in on a Friday and I see that it is at risk of overdrafting, I can move it in on a Tuesday
So to prevent any negative balance in the account or any overdraft fees, you're depositing it just a few days early.
Correct, I have done that.
But the account has not gone negative.
Correct. I have also changed the grocery budget and we've gone without, we've had food, but not what everyone wants to eat. The children and everyone are unhappy with the food choices at the house.
Is anyone going hungry?
No.
Has anyone lost weight?
I do not know that answer.
Has anyone been malnourished?
No,
So you've adjusted your grocery spending and your account is not going negative.
it did not go negative because I prevented it from doing that.
Have you cut out any extra supplements, protein powders, any sort of items that are not a necessity?
Those are necessary items in my diet. I do not eat junk food. I eat protein powder shakes for my breakfast. I eat protein bars. I eat healthy food.
And you're able to do that while maintaining the decreased budget where not everyone is happy.
Yes.
You also described receiving income from platforms like OnlyFans or other social media platforms, because I believe what you said that.
TikTok, I received $86 and change in 2024, which is not a taxable income. I did not get a 1099.
Are you still posting on any of those platforms?
Yes, they're social media platforms. You can post on them all the time.
Are you anticipating earning any additional income from your social media platforms?
I do not anticipate earning any income from them.
And when you testified that supplements and powders and things are necessary, is that a food source for you?
Yes, it is a food source for me. I do not drink pop. I do not eat chips. I don't eat junk food. My diet is pretty strict. Every day I have a protein shake for my breakfast. I eat kind of the basic same things every day, and those are my food sources.
Thank you. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
No further questions.
Thank you. You may step down.
I would call Greg to the stand.
Please step forward.
Can you state your name for the record?
Gregory O. Greenwood Jr.,
And where do you work?
Cleveland Cliffs in Burns Harbor.
How would you say that your 2024 income compares to the income that you made prior to the divorce being filed or in 2023?
Significantly less. Towards the beginning of the year, I had a knee surgery, and leading up to that knee surgery and then post knee surgery, I have not been able to work the type of hours I worked.
Would it be fair to say that there was a downturn in overtime immediately after this case was filed?
Immediately after this case was filed, I had gallbladder surgeries.
So that is the reason for the downturn in overtime, not because there was a petition for divorce filed.
Yeah, I didn't work for the rest of that year.
Have you been working consistent overtime since returning to work?
Yes.
I have no further questions.
Thank you, Your Honor. You indicated that you had gallbladder surgery. How did that impact your ability to work?
I had to take 2 months off of work
How long have you been depositing $1,600 into that joint account?
since January 2024. Immediately started that upon returning to work.
Even with your surgery back in March, you continued to deposit $1,600 into the account.
Yes.
And how much was she depositing into that joint account?
In January, she wrote up an agreement that showed that if I paid $1,600 and she paid $590, we would be able to cover all of our bills. To my knowledge, since she wrote that up, and she wrote it up again with basically the same numbers in July, and to my knowledge, the entire time that we've been doing that, she's only ever paid $450. She never paid the $590, but I've paid the $1,600 the whole time.
So since January of 2024, you've been paying $800 a week, but really $1,600 because of how you're paid every other week. And she's been paying approximately $450 per week.
Yes.
In your opinion, has that covered the household expenses?
Yeah, I believe it has. I'm told from time to time that there's a shortfall, but I look at it as if you put money in there a few days early, but the account never overdrafts, you're not putting any more of your money in than what you were before. It's just what time are you putting it in?
You indicated you made significantly less last year compared to the previous year. Do you think your income for this year will be more or less of what you made in 2024?
If I were to guess, I would say it'll probably be about the same because I just anticipate working around the same amount of hours as what I did throughout the year of 2024.
How else does working overtime impact yourself with respect to your relationship with others in your household?
If I work that many hours, I don't obviously have as much time as what I could have to spend with my kids. To work sometimes 4 or 5 or 6 16-hour shifts in a week, it doesn't afford you the time to spend time with your kids.
So is it your position, again, to clarify, that you'd have to work 70 to 80 hours a week to provide for what she's asking?
Yes.
Do you think that's necessary based off of the fact that the account has currently covered your expenses each month since January?
I don't think it's necessary and I don't think it's sustainable.
What would you like to see happen with respect to how much money you each put into this account per month?
I think that with the reduction in my pay over the past year, coupled with the increase in her pay over the past year, that our contributions should become, if we can't do 50-50, they should at least get closer to 50-50 than 70-30. My income has dropped $42,000 over the course between 2 years.
If the court asked that the status quo continue, you would be able to, in good faith, pay that $1,600 every 2 weeks for this provisional period.
I would find a way, yes.
How would you like to see the court divide any additional expenses that are not covered by what's in the joint account after you each make your monthly deposit?
I would like to see any additional expenses that go above and beyond what we're able to cover just from the joint account to be split at, 50-50.
And do you think that you should be paying for her attorney fees?
I think that her attorney fees are we talking about retainer or just regular attorney fees moving forward?
Did you hear her request for attorney fees to be paid within 10 days?
Oh, she requested that I give her the $3,500 for her retainer within 10 days, right?
Yes. What are your thoughts on that request?
I don't know how I could do that. I don't have $3,500.
And
Also, if it's already been paid from a joint account, then I've already been liable for paying a large portion of that.
pass the witness, Your Honor.
Counsel.
What expenses do you pay out of your separate earnings that don't get deposited into the joint account?
Off the top of my head, I pay my phone bill, I pay my life insurance for my own gasoline.
Did you recently, like as recent as this week, charge maintenance to your vehicle from the joint account?
Yes, that's something that we've both done the entire time.
And do you understand that we based our calculation on a 70-30 income share on your 2024 W-2 and Sam's 2024 W-2?
Yeah,
And you testified that you are likely going to make the same amount in 2025, right? As you did in 2024.
yes.
If I were to represent to you that 70% of $6,089 is $4,263, would you have any reason to doubt that?
No,
And you understand that's what we're asking you to contribute each month.
I understand that.
Making $135,000 a year with really insignificant expenses outside of that amount, what is the reason that you can't contribute that amount to the joint account?
Because, well, first of all, I don't believe that there's $6,000 of necessary bills. I guess it all depends on how you define necessary. Also, by agreeing to pay that amount, I feel as though I'm taking a large risk. That is more money than what I make on a 40-hour paycheck. And my overtime at work is in no way guaranteed. They can stop it today.
But you testified that you anticipate making $135,000 in 2025.
But I didn't promise to make it.
Well, that was your testimony though, correct?
Yeah, I anticipate it.
I have no further questions.
Greg, with their request based off of that $6,000 approximate estimate of what the household expenses are, you would have to pay an additional $1,000 per month, correct?
Yes.
Has the account ever gone from the negative $1,000?
No.
Do you feel that there's a need for an additional $1,000 to be put into that account?
No, I don't. Supplements to me are not a necessity. I eat the same food that the kids eat. I mean, I choose to eat the same food as the kids. At this point in time, if I chose to, I guess I could start supplementing my diet with that type of stuff as well. And that would then become a necessity for me. And I don't, but I mean, I'm just being facetious. I do not believe that.
And are there times during which your employer does not offer overtime?
Yes. There's been times where they've taken it away completely. There's not available on Thursday nights or Friday nights at all. That's across the board. At this point in time, you have to sign up for overtime and then they tell you whether or not you're approved.
Do you believe there's a possibility that you'll make work less than 56 hours per week?
Possibility? Yes. Yeah, it's all economy based.
But again, it's your position that you can maintain the status quo that you two have been following since January.
It's my position that I will do my best. If overtime is taken away, I will struggle to meet that.
One final question. Any additional money that you're earning and not putting in the joint account, where is that going besides your phone bill, life insurance?
I spend my own money anytime I take the kids out to eat. I spoil my kids with any extra money that I come up with. I buy all of their sporting goods. Last week I bought both my sons batting helmets, batting gloves. I bought all my kids their softball bats, their baseball bats. For the most part, I'm the one providing all of their equipment already.
And would you continue to do that if the status quo became an order provisionally?
I enjoy spending whatever extra money I have on my children.
I've got the witness.
Just very briefly, are you aware that there was a medical bill of the children's this last month that didn't get paid because there wasn't enough money in the joint account?
No.
Would you say that your wife has more knowledge of the family's finances?
No.
You believe your knowledge is superior?
I believe that anything I don't know was withheld from me. On a standard basis, I believe that she's very good about sharing all of the expenses with me. And if she didn't tell me about one, it was probably a mistake.
And I'm talking about stuff that comes out of a joint bank account. You have access to the joint bank account, right?
Yeah, I see all the transactions.
So you should have some level of awareness of what's coming out of that account every month.
Yes. I also get a notification every time that there's an overdraft.
Do you ever ask for Sam's contribution when you purchase bats and equipment, or do you just go out and purchase it?
I buy that. No, I don't ask for a contribution from her. I buy those things as a gift to the kids.
And do you think spoiling the kids is more important than contributing money to the reoccurring family expenses?
No, I believe it's a luxury provided when all of the bills are getting paid already.
And you guys are currently living in the marital residence together, right?
Yes.
So you're not paying rent or anything anywhere else?
No.
I have no further questions.
Greg, this $600 medical bill, do you know if it was automatically set to charge the joint account?
I believe that $600 medical bill is an anomaly. I could probably get it knocked down to zero if I make a call to my union hall. She told me that she was taking care of that and that it would go through the insurance. I didn't think that it would come up here today, but I have insurance representative at the union hall that will make sure that I only get charged my copay for that, which has already been paid.
No further questions.
Thank you. You may step down. Here's what we're going to do. This is a provisional hearing. I've been doing this a long time. Divorce, for lack of a better word, sucks. And it's an emotional and financial bankruptcy for all involved. You hit bottom emotionally and financially. So what we're going to do is the taxes will be done so that whatever is most advantageous to each of you together works. So if joint married works, then that's what you're going to do. If some other avenue works better, that's what you're going to do. Whatever refund you guys get, whether you do it separately or together, is going to be held in one of the attorney's trust accounts. I don't care which one. And it'll be then divvied up when we get to the final decree. But it's not going to be split and used right now. It can be held. And whether or not you guys decide to use that for attorney fees later or anything else later, that'll be up to you. I've got you guys been paying $5,000 basically a month into Kitty to pay the expenses. And when I look at it and I do the math and I've got mom saying it's really 6,000 and change. Dad saying I could still afford the 5,000, but if I lose my overtime, I can't. I'm going to split the baby, and what I'm going to require each of you to do based solely on the income percentages from your W-2s from 2024 is $5,500 will be put into the account, split 70-30 until such time as you guys get your final divorce. And if you guys have some bills that you struggle with or don't get paid, that's going to be tough. You guys are going to tighten the belt, so to speak, until you get through this. And if you have to eat ramen noodles for a little bit, you might have to do that. Like I said, it's not the best situation because at some point we're going to get to the point where you guys are going to be apart and dad's going to have his own expenses and mom's going to have her own expenses. And you guys aren't even to the point of selling the house and having your own mortgages and stuff. All of that will have to be done, and that'll be done in the final decree where all of this order that's temporary will change. Attorney fees will be reserved until the final decree. I'll take that and hold that until we can see where everybody is finally, and then I'll decide if dad's going to contribute to mom's attorney fees based on income. Dad can have the truck, mom can have the Jeep at this point. And hopefully this is a short-term, not a long-term thing, although this has been pending a while for a divorce, especially one with cohabitation. Hopefully with the GAL report, that'll move things along to where you guys can move forward and be separate individuals soon. Any other temporary things I need to address? Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.